Okay, I just got back from Horror Hound Weekend in Cincinnati, and they had a lot of movies for their film festival screening. And so I went through all their movies to see what I wanted to see. And there was one that looked interesting, and I realized it was actually streaming on Prime. So I'm like, I'll just watch it now. So I watched it before I went. It's called Skeletons in the Closet. I dug it. I actually sent a message to somebody from the set, like on Facebook or something, because I was throwing out all kinds of feelers of anybody that I thought might be there who would talk to me. I guess the particular person that I had messaged was not going to be there. But then when I went to the con, I was just walking down an aisle, and there's a booth, Skeletons in the Closet. I was like, hey, motherfucker! And so I walked right up to the director. I'm like, hey, Tony, I dug your movie. And so we set up an interview. So I will put the link below and in the little info circle if I can get that to work. I actually posted that on In the Mic of Madness, which is my podcast channel. It is a video interview, but it just was more appropriate to put over there. But I did interview the director, Tony Wash, and then the co-director, Ben Lewandowski, I probably said that wrong, and one of the stars, Adam Michaels, and they were fabulous, great guys. But this movie is really pretty cool. It is, again, streaming on Prime, so just go watch it. It is a few layers deep, to say the least. So this movie revolves around a girl, Jamie, who is about 11. It's the 80s. She is getting stuck with a bitchy babysitter. It's Friday night. She's waiting for her favorite horror host show. It's called Skeletons in the Closet. Haha. So we have kind of the overlying umbrella of Jamie and the babysitter watching the TV, watching that show. And within that show, of course, they watch movies, as you would on a horror show. So the horror show itself is the thing that I adore. Okay, so it is, again, called Skeletons in the Closet, and it is revolving around a woman, the widow, who has killed her husband. And she has his corpse on a couch in the basement, and on Friday nights, she rents videos and goes down there and makes him watch the videos with her. And it's fucking ingenious. And if anything, like, watch this movie and, like, give it props because we need more Widow and Charlie. And in fact, I just ordered my shirt. I was going to wait until I got my shirt, the one that Jamie wears, her little baseball shirt that has Skeletons in the Closet on it. But I couldn't wait because I'm bored right now. It's Friday night and I don't have a horror show to watch. So she rents a movie called Chop Shop, which is an anthropology movie. You know, the kind of movie that's made up of a lot of short stories that kind of tie together, which is my favorite joke in the whole fucking movie. But it consists of 3 segments and a wraparound within that. So there are a lot of layers to this. There are a lot of things to like or dislike. They had actually started the anthology called Chop Shop. That would be Ben and Tony. They had been doing that with some other directors like 6 years ago, and then it fell apart, and they took their shorts, and then they used those as the core shorts of this anthology movie within a horror show within a movie. So the 3 shorts are, so they added one. So there's one that's revolves around a woman who is getting out of a bad domestic experience. She goes to live with a very uncaring, cold mom. There's another segment that is kind of almost like a dreamlike sequence where a woman is kind of being abused, but then she ends up getting revenge. But then you find out this is just a girl who's a writer. And then there's another one where it's like some thugs go on this heist. They end up in this junkyard, and it's kind of Reservoir Dogs ghost story. To me, I really liked the first 2 stories. I liked their wraparound. I liked the wraparound of the movie, in the movie, which is basically a guy getting processed through purgatory, which was kind of like basically hell as the DMV. I mean, he had to like go do all of these like random steps, you know, and it was just like bureaucratic red tape to go through hell. So it was a nice analogy. But I wasn't too keen on the Junkyard one just because it felt more 90s to me, and that wasn't ever their intention. Like, that anthology that they were making to start out with was not ever supposed to be like 80s. It just happened that Tony had this concept for the Skeletons in the Closet show, and so it all kind of got wrapped around this 80s packaging. But again, the widow and her husband Charlie are freaking hilarious and adorable. And Charlie is Adam Michaels, who I interviewed, and it's hilarious because he has to wear this skull cap, like literally a skull. and he has really no movement whatsoever except for just a little bit on his chin. His mouth will move a little bit, and they made him sit still. He's a corpse. He's dead. He's not going to move. He can't do anything. And so he has this really long hair, and he had to shove it all in there, and basically he said he had to sell it with his eyes and his voice. He said he had to enunciate so big to make that mask move. So if you watch the movie, watch that interview just to hear Adam talk about his experiences as being Charlie. Support Skeletons in the Closet. I will put the link to their merch site down here or up here, yeah, maybe a little bit of everywhere. And you can go get a cool t-shirt, baseball shirt, like the girl wears in the movie. You can also get the movie. And side note, so Tony, as I was talking to him initially, I saw a poster behind him that said "Hi, I'm the Hog" with Sid Haig. And I was like, huh. I'm like, wait, do you have something to do with that? He's like, yeah, I directed it. And I'm like, I had dinner with the producer and Sid Haig last summer at Days of the Dead. So when that movie comes out, he and the producer Kevin Lockhart and potentially Sid Haig are going to talk to us on the podcast. So very exciting. That will probably be this summer. They're going to do like a little road show of the movie. But just come on, guys. Open your minds, open your hearts, and watch some good fucking independent horror.